Hi there, folks. Welcome to another day and another game here on the old HTFL and the Big Polly's World of Sports Sim channel. How are you today? I will again remind everybody about the new Twitter feed. Seems I've been doing that an awful lot, and I should stop. But here it is, in case you want to write it down. Or does anybody write anything down these days? Big Polly's World of Sports Sim, BPWOSS. But that's been up about a week now, and I just wanted to remind you once again, probably like the last time I do it, because I figured that's another piece of social media that's going to fade into oblivion. I don't think Twitter is long for this world. I don't think Facebook's long for this world. Now, Facebook and Twitter, they've been around a long time, and the general perception of both of those social media platforms is they're too big to fail. Well, that's what they always say. That's what they said about Prodigy, and that's what they said about America Online, and that's what they said about this, and that's what they said about that. The world's always changing, especially the world doing this, doing these things on the internet. We were all using dial up phones 20 years ago, and now we're all using cable and we're all using fiber optics. And who knows what it will be like 20 years from now in 2040, 2041. So to update, I'm recording this on Tuesday, 4:35 on the 22nd. I like to do things like about 24 hours in advance. I think that's just like the perfect window. There was a time when I was doing these HTFL games in the summertime, and I would do the games like about a week in advance, and that carried on until about October. That was and about the time that the president got COVID. And I said, no, 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 we better shorten the turnaround time on this and like record one day and then present it the next. But the weekend projects that I do, that's the same day. That's usually I do them and I get them up right away. So I'm aware of the Monday Night Football game, Pittsburgh losing again. I'm aware that Army is going to a bowl after all, and I was complaining about that last night. Woo! They were nine and one or nine or two, something like that, and they got into a bowl. They replaced Tennessee in the Liberty Bowl. We got too many bowls, and I hope maybe the one good thing that comes out of COVID is we get rid of the damn bowls and just go to a straight playoff. Okay, folks, stand by. 15 seconds, and I have to change my slides around if it'll let me. 8, 7, 6. Will he get it in time? Will he get it in time? Yes, he will. Big Polly's World of Sports Sim proudly presents. That's the Big Polly's World of Sports Sims. See, I do stuff on the fly here, folks, and it's not going to be perfect every time I do it. So I don't try to achieve perfection. I just try to get as close to perfect as I can. Today it's New England and New York. New York has played New England twice already, and has won twice. So the old adage about it's hard to beat a one team three times in a row. We'll see if that applies. It's New York and New England at the Meadowlands or MetLife Stadium, the new arena they have there. And we wish you well as we close in on Christmas as I record this. And we have already played 2 games in the first round. We're going to play 4 this week, and we're going to play 4 the next New Year's week. New England and New York. And no, it is not September in my game. It is January. 30 degrees, a 5 to 15 mile per hour wind. And I control New York. The computer controls New England. New England won the toss deferred, so New York has the choice. They receive. To start the game, Tom Brady against Eli Manning. Now, here are 2 guys that know each other, played a few times, played in a couple of Super Bowls. Bill Belichick against Bill Parcells. Christie, Sanders, Glenn, they are the deep men for New York in this Eastern Conference semifinal, and Christie will return it a yard deep. And this is going to the 22-yard line. Fox makes the tackle for the Pats, and the return goes 23. For New York, Barber and Snell are your running backs. Beckham Jr. and Powell at wideout, Castor at tight end, Manning at quarterback, Brown, Snee, Mangold, Younts, and Powell are your offensive linemen. Barber, dive play on 1st and 10 to start it, but we have a marker.
False start. Offense. Number 13, 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And that's Beckham. New York won twice. They met, New York and New England met week 1. And then they met again in the tail end of the regular season, and New England lost both games. We'll set the New England defense while we have a moment. McGinnis and Seymour, Wilfork, and Adams are your defensive front four. Tippett, Brown, and Vrabel are your linebackers. Haynes, Law, McCourty, and Malloy, your DBs. And let's see what the Giants do on 1st and 15. This will be a pitch to Barber and another marker.
False start. Offense. Number 76, 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
False start against Snee. It is 1st and 20. And let's show you the New York roster. We have two players that are going to be out for today's game. Arnie Weinmeister, who's usually the nose tackle. Remember that New York plays a 3-4. And Mark Haynes is out as a corner. So two big outages, or two big inactives for the Giants here. Now, can the Giants run a play? Here's Barber, 1st and 10 to the 20. We'll try that again. And this is going to be a nice gain for Barber, 7 yards. Setting up 2nd and 13. The wind, 5 to 15 miles per hour. New York will have the advantage in quarters 1 to 4. Medium fly, Odell Beckham, 2nd and 13. A fumble recovered by New York. Manning picked up his own fumble. It was a loss of 8. And let's see here. You got 9s all around on this New England defense, so we're just going to screen it to Barber. Not going to do anything too fancy. A marker on the play.
Holding offense. Number 76.
That's against Snee, and that's going to be declined. 4th and 12 at the 20 for New York. They're going to punt it. Here is Younts with the wind advantage. He should average about 51.3, and that backed the punt returner up. Heron, a fair catch at the 26, the punt going 54. 1st and 10, New England at the 26 as they start off. Cunningham and Collins, your running back. Welker and Edelman are your wideouts. Colts at tight end. Brady at quarterbacks. Gray, Hanna, Coppin, Mankins, and Armstrong, your offensive line. And let's see what the first play here is out of New England. A quick throw to Coates, incomplete. Now remember, New York runs a 3-4, not a 4-3. Strahan, Gastineau, and Klecko, the front three. Taylor, Huff, Carson, and Lewis are your linebackers. Revis, Glenn, Payton, and Sanders are going to be your defensive backs. And on 2nd and 10 from the 26, this is Cunningham, no gain. And it's 3rd and 10. Terry Glenn comes in and will be the third wideout. He's the left split end on the top of the screen. Let's look at New England's injury blotter real fast. Only Rob Gronkowski is out for today. That's still going to be a huge loss for New England. 3rd and 10. Grady looking to throw, incomplete, looking for Glenn, who dropped the pass, and it's punting time for New England. And a little bit of return here for Tennell from Allen, and the return 5, the punt going 41, the net being 36. 1st and 10 Giants. And after a rather discombobulated first drive, let's see what they do here. Trap right to Tiki Barber, who picks up a quick 7 yards. You saw this last night in the Minnesota-Green Bay game. Minnesota got off to that blazing start running the ball, and they never looked back. And I think the Giants probably saw that game and are trying to emulate it here, trying to control the line of scrimmage right away. Barber off tackle right. He'll get the first down. A pickup of 4. A 1st and 10 at the 49. Beckham, medium slant. And Manning back to throw. Picked off by New England. That's 32. That is Devin McCourty. His return 32 yards all the way to the Giant 33. So it's a first and 10 of the 33. First pick of the playoffs, that graphic should say. Not the first pick of the season, because the playoffs are a season within itself, or the game treats it as that. First and 10 at the 33. This is a give to Tony Collins, who gains 6 yards. And Harry Carson gets to him. A second and 4 at the 27. And we'll run the next play. Brady throwing, incomplete. And much like that Minnesota-New England game, New England wants to get off to the fast start. Third and 4, ball 27. New England in field goal range are on the outer fringes of it, but they're not thinking field goal yet as Coates makes a 13-yard grab. Patton on a tackle. First and 10 at the 14. Incomplete. Intended for Coates, and that sets up second and 10 at the 14. That's incomplete. A third and 10 at the 14. Incomplete. So now New England kicks the field goal. Gostkowski will try one from 31 into the wind, but he gets it. 3-0 in favor of the Patriots, so they draw first blood here. 8:28 left opening quarter. Christie back deep to receive the kickoff. And it is down. You should have brought it out because it was only 2 yards deep. So here come the Giants. Off tackle right, Tiki. They want to get back to establishing that running game, but Seymour with the tackle. Barber with 4 carries and 18 yards already. Medium out, Powell. A sack, Vrabel. A loss of 9. Third and 19 at the 11. And the down and distance situations are not favoring the Giants here. Fly, Beckham Jr. It's caught, but short of the first to pick up a 14. They needed 19. Younce to punt for the Giants. And this is a fair catch. Heron at the 29, the punt going 46. First and 10 at the 29. We have 6:20 to go now. Opening quarter. A fumble recovered by New England. Rivas forcing the fumble on Collins. Edelman with the recovery. Second and inches at the 39. New England went 10-6 on the year, as did New York. New York got off to a much faster start. New England kind of grinded it out in the second half of the season. That was Sam Cunningham picking up 2. First and 10 at the 41. Pitch, Cunningham. Gastineau on the stop. Loss of 4. Setting up second and 14 at the 37. Gastineau plays at one of the defensive end positions. Brady knocking it down was Strahan. Didn't see who Brady was throwing to there. Third and 14 at the 37. Brady. Gain of 8.
Offsides. Defense. Number 56. 5-yard penalty.
LT offsides. A third and 9 at the 42. Brady. Edelman. And Edelman with a lot of running room here. He will go to the house. Touchdown, New England. I think New England was watching that Minnesota-Green Bay game too that we just had here in the HTFL. Your point after, good, and New England has jumped out to a 10-0 lead on New York with 3:34 left to go in the opening quarter. Makes sense because New England played well in the second half of the season. New York did not. And Christie's going to bring this out 3 yards deep. And Christie past the 30 to the 34, a return of 37 yards. First and 10. From there, ball at the 34. Tiki. Screen with a blitz coming. He's got it. And Barber with a lot of running room past the 50, past the 30, past the 20, and he is tackled at the 5. Pickup of 61. Well, cancel the funeral for the Giants, at least for now. Inside run, Barber on 1st and 10. And Barber, 2 hard-earned yards. 2nd and goal. We'll look to Matt Snell on a trap left. And Snell has it. Touchdown. Giants.
The previous play is under review. The ruling on the field stands.
So the touchdown will stand. Snell cuts it to 10-6. Your point after, good. Nugent, not Ted Nugent, Mike Nugent, kicks the field goal, kicks the extra point, and it is 10-7. Is that Mike Nugent or? I know it's not Ted Nugent. Let me see here. Mike Nugent, I was right. He's out of Ohio State. And it's 10-7 in favor of New England. New England is a combination of the New England and Boston Patriots, the Boston Yanks of 1944, any other franchise that played in Boston from 1940 onward, represented by this Patriot team, as is the Giants. That's a combination of all the New York teams, mainly the Giants and Jets. There are no New York Jets in the HTFL. New York Yankees, Brooklyn Dodgers, any other team from the greater New York market that you could think of, they are included and can be included in this game, in this league. Instead of doing the best franchises, we do the best markets. And Heron, media markets, cities, the big cities. Heron, the return to the 21, a return of 20 yards. 1st and 10 at the 21. Brady, 2, Coates gaining 9. 2nd and a yard at the 30. Brady has started 3 of 10 for 80 yards. A fumble recovered by New England. Gray picked it up after Cunningham had it stripped by Mo Lewis. 3rd and a yard. Ball at the 30. This is Cunningham, and that'll end the quarter. Dive play, getting the first down, a pickup of 1. We have played 15. It is 10-7 New England. New England 95 yards on 17 plays. New York 90 on 10. A 1st and 10 at the 31 with a brand new clock to start the 2nd quarter. This is Cunningham gaining 10 and a first down. 1st and 10 at the 41. Pitch, Cunningham. Nothing. Now 2nd and 10 at the 41. We have 14:06 left now in the 2nd quarter. Incomplete. Looking for Cunningham. A 3rd and 10. Brady. Incomplete. 4th and 10, and the Patriots will have to punt. And this is Allen punting probably to Tennell. I will set up for the return. Good punt. Remember, New England now with the wind advantage. Tennell goes from the 6 to the 8, only gaining 2 yards. 1st and 10 at the 8. 13-14 left to go. And it is off tackle right, Barber. Gain of 6.
Defense. Number 55, 5-yard penalty.
McGinnis. And New York takes the penalty, so it will be 1st and 5 instead of 2nd and 4. We're going to go Snell, off tackle right. Of course, Snell, the hero of Super Bowl III. That's a gain of 2 yards, and Vrabel making the tackle. Before I go too much farther, my best wishes to the family of Kevin Green, real life. In the HTFL, he led the league in sacks at 14 for the Rams. But in real life, Mr. Green passed away yesterday as I record this on Monday the 21st. And he died in his late 50s. Should have mentioned this in the open. Barber picking up 5 yards and Vrabel making the tackles. So my best wishes to the family of Kevin Green. His life has ended, unfortunately, but in the HTFL, his career will go on. just as many of those who have passed away do. Barber, pitch right. We're actually going to go medium fly, and we're going to go to Beckham on 1st and 10 from the 20. There's the throw. It was batted down at the line. Actually, it was a check down to Snell, but it could not be successfully transferred. 2nd and 10, they'll go 3 wide. They're going to look to George Sauer on a slant pass, short slant. Incomplete. That went right by Sauer. And that'll make you sour. Medium pass to Beckham on 3rd and 10 from the 20. Oh, that went right through him. Incomplete. New York has to punt. Len Younts, whose average drops about 7 yards with him punting into the wind. Heron, return of 5 out to the 41 of New England. The punt went 44, so the net will be 39. 1st and 10 at the 41. Cunningham, pick up 7. 2nd and 3 at the 48. And I will check the phone real fast here, folks. Nothing doing here. 2nd and 3. Cunningham, a first down, and it's 1st and 10 at the 49. Everybody wants to call you over the holidays, and it's usually people you don't know. Brady to Coates, incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the Giant 49. Edelman on a reverse will pick up 7. 3rd and 3 at the 42. Cunningham on a pass, a gain of 9. 1st and 10 at the 33. Brady. That's a thrown and completed pass to Coates, a gain of 21. 1st and 10 at the 12 with 8:04 left in the half. Pitch. Collins, gain of 4. So the Giants getting the battle here today. 2nd and 6 at the 8, but it's playoff time. Collins, no gain.
Defense, number 99.
But an offsides against Gastineau is going to make it 2nd and 2 from the 4. Looking for Coates in the corner of the end zone. That's incomplete. 3rd and 2 at the 4. Brady. Coates again, incomplete. They'll kick a field goal here. Skowski from 21 yards out. He's got it. It's 13-7 in favor of the Patriots. So New England leaving a lot of points on the table. And Brady is off to a terrible start, 5 out of 17. Christie will get it back for the Giants, unless there is a problem with the kick return, but they down it 4 yards deep in the end zone. Barber, off tackle right. That's going to be a pickup of 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Screen to Snell. As the Giants keep dinking and dunking, incomplete. 3rd and 6. Who do you throw it to here? Medium pass. And we're going to go to Castor. Rich Castor was a good target for the Giants. Actually played for the Jets in his career, but not that time. Incomplete. Younts will punt on 4th and 6. Returned a little ways by Heron, 4 yards. The punt going 47. And it's 1st and 10 at the 33. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 33. Pitch. Collins. A loss of 4. Strahan making the tackle. So the defense showing up for the Giants on occasion. 3rd and 14 at the 29. That is right off the fingers of Terry Glenn, his 2nd drop of the day. 4th and 14, and the Patriots will punt. And I will set up for the return. I don't think they would try to kick this deep in their own territory. 51-yard punt by Tennell, a return of 6 yards. So the net 45. 1st and 10 at the 26 with 4:17 to go. Trap left Barber. He gains 7 yards. And the Giants trying to stick to the running game. In fact, they go double tight end, and they're going to go Snell on 2nd and 3, and that's good for the first, a pickup of 5. Now a 1st and 10 at the 38. And I think this would be a good spot to do play action. We're going to go Beckham. Only a 36% success chance here, but let's try it. Incomplete. And that really hamstrings the Giants on 2nd down. They're going to dive with Barber, see what they can get, and that's 5. 3rd and 5, so they'll break the double tight end set. Short pass, and they're going to play the percentages and go to Powell. Caught. Did he get the first? He did. And we go to the 2-minute warning. So it is 13-7. The Giants have 3 timeouts, and the Patriots will go in the last 2 with 2. And we will go sweep right, Tiki Barber on 1st and 10. And Barber, this is what happens when you stick with the running game. He's got a big gain, 34 yards to the 18. And he got out of bounds. In fact, we're gonna ride the horse again. Barber, inside run. A gain of 6. Giants will call time. With 1:35 to go. They have 2 left. Timeouts, that is. How about Barber again? Inside run. No gain. And we'll call timeout again. 1 left. We're going to go Castor, short cross on 3rd and 4 from the 12. Castor, touchdown. Rich Castor from Peyton Manning, not Eli Manning, I'm sorry. Of course, my the first ever football game I went to when I was 7 years old in '79 was an exhibition game between the Bucks and the Saints, and Archie Manning was the quarterback for the Saints. Oh, look at that. Nugent blew the extra point. So we will remain tied at 13-13 with 1:23 to go. Those missed extra points. Just asked the Chicago Bears a couple of weeks ago against Minnesota here in the HTFL about that they blew a playoff. Their playoff hopes because they couldn't hit an extra point to tie the game against Minnesota. Heron from the goal line, and that is returned to the 29. Haynes, a hold, so it's now 1st and 10 at the 12. 1:16 left. Collins, a 1-yard loss.
Number 70.
I will accept the penalty. It'll be a 1st and 16 from the 6. $1:10 on the clock. The Giants with 1 timeout. The Patriots with 2. Cunningham, a gain of 4. Not going to use a timeout yet. The Patriots are going to keep the clock running. 2nd and 12 at the 10. Brady's going to pitch it to Collins. He gains 3 yards. And now I use my last timeout with 34 seconds left. 3rd and 9. Are the Patriots smart enough to just run the ball? They are. Cunningham, pickup of 7. And we'll watch for a punt that may not happen. Oh, it did happen. Punt went 50 yards. That's the half anyway. Allen, a tremendous punt there. And it is 13-13 between the Giants and Patriots. I will be right back. And here's a look at the upcoming games here on the HTFL. Over most of these HTFL stations on the HTFL network on the Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims channel. So watch this for a moment. I'll take a swig of Coke and we'll be back for the second half. And I should point out that the Washington-Dallas game will try to have up by about 12 to 1 o'clock on Christmas Eve. Get it up early so all of you with your Christmas plans can have at them. So, back to the game. It's 13-all. 36 plays, 166 yards for New England, 27 plays for New York for $1.75. Brady off to a terrible start, 6 of 20 for 114. Manning not that better himself, 5 for 12, a 101-yard effort, and he has thrown one interception. Herron back deep, taking it about the 5-yard line, and a nice return. 34 yards to the 39 before Brad Van Pelt gets to him, number 10. No relation to Linus or Lucy, who of course are fictional characters from the comic strip Peanuts. First and 10 at the 39. Here's Brady. Back to throw, incomplete. Second and 10 at the 39. I don't think it's the wind. I think it's the fact that both the Giants and the Patriots have good defenses, and the weather conditions are a little cold at 30 degrees. Second and 12 at the 39. Throw, incomplete. Coates was the intended receiver. A third and 10 now. Will the Patriots go 3 and out? They will. Was a flag thrown, but they pick it up. And Allen will come on to punt for the Pats. And that goes out of bounds at the 12, the punt going 49. So the Giants set up for a run with the two tight ends. You got 36 and 32 very close to each other, Malloy and McCourty. So I think that's going to induce the Giants running to the right side. In fact, that's what they do. Here is Barber. Barber into the secondary. A pickup of 12. He is now up to 93 yards 93 yards rushing on 13 carries. He also has 2 catches for 70. And on first and 10 from the 24, it's going to be a sweep left by Barber. Get him all the work he can get, and that's 2 more yards. Brown on the tackle. Second and 8 at the 26-yard line. Barber, stretch play.
False start. Offense, number 79, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Powell called for the false start. Second and 13. And it is pitch right Barber. We're going to keep running the ball. And the Patriots defense keeps playing defensively. Oh, not. No, they keep playing and looking for the pass, and we're not going to give it to them. 3rd and 7, and Barber now over 100 yards today at 107. We're going to trap it right with Barber. In fact, we're just going to keep running the ball. But here's New England playing a short, tight defense, so we're going to fly it to Beckham, medium fly. We'll take advantage of the situations given to us. Law made a tackle on Beckham Jr. after a gain of 14. 12:03 left, third quarter. It's a 13-all tie. If we tie, we go to overtime. And it's the only rule that's different in the HTFL. We keep playing till somebody scores, period. No 15-minute cap. They keep going and keep going and keep going. And here's Barber. Another big run for Tiki, 26. Getting him to 127 on the day. And it's first and 10 at the 33. Just good old-fashioned football. Smash it in your opponent's mouth.
Holding, offense, number 79, 10-yard penalty.
Brown committing the holding penalty. That's Rosie Brown from the Giants, played on the late 50s teams that had Frank Gifford on them and Charlie Connerly. Alec Webster, Pat Summerall did the kicking. And we are going to do off tackle right Barber. And we're going to go screen pass at Barber on first and 20. And he will get a first down here. Taking what the defense gives you. Gain of 26. And it is now a first and 10 at the 17. That's the second time my phone rang doing this game. First and 10 at the 17, and we're gonna go Barber on a dive. When the phone rings, I get this discombobulated. Law on the tackle, a gain of 4. We're gonna go Snell, trap right. Just keep running the ball. Gain of 4. Vrabel hurt and will be out for a few plays. One of the outside linebackers, Chris Slade, now that Virginia will replace him. 35 plays and 21 runs right now for the Giants. 3rd 2. We're going to go triple tight end, and we're going to give it to Barber. Gain of 5 and a first down. So now, 1st and goal at the 4. Snell on a dive play. Just keep running it until they can stop it. Loss of a yard. Back to Barber. And he should be coming out after this play because he's nearly at the fatigue level. We're going to go sweep it left side. And a fumble recovered by the Giants. But holding.
Number 84, 10-yard penalty.
Powell. And Curtis Martin comes in on 2nd and goal from the 15. I'm going to give him a look here. Sweep left. And Martin inside the 10 to the 6. 3rd and goal. And here is where you throw it. I would think we're going to go Powell on a short pass. Incomplete. That bounced right off of Powell's hands. Powell from the New York Titans. Nugent comes on the 13th play of the drive. He will kick a field goal to give the Giants a lead, and he got it. Missed an extra point on the last touchdown the Giants scored, and at 16-13 with 6:26 left the 3rd quarter. Heron back deep. Inside the 5. And the return went 28 yards to the 30. So New England with the ball. 1st and 10. Pitch is to Collins, gaining 5. 2nd and 5 at the 35 now. Collins, a 2-yard gain. Strahan hurt, and he will return in a few plays. So at Jason Pierre-Paul at a USF, who now plays for the Buccaneers, comes in at defensive end. A 3rd and 3. Cunningham, he'll get the first. And I think the Patriots have also found out you could get success running the ball. A gain of 10, and it's 1st and 10, New England at the 47. Collins to the left side, picking up 4. 2nd and 6, 49-yard line. Brady, incomplete. A 3rd and 6 now at the 49. So Collins bounces right off of his hands. I will watch for the fake punt here on 4th and 6 from the 49. Tennell, out of bounds at the 12. The punt went 37. Ball to 12 for the Giants. 1st and 10. Barber already with a big day, 136 yards. Will go to him. And why wouldn't you keep going to him?
Holding. Offense. Number 88.
Castor called for holding, half the distance to the goal, so it's now 1st and 10 at the 6. And let's see here. Outside run, Barber. Watch out. Barber into the clear. Gain of 24. He's up to 160 on the day. And it's 1st and 10 at the 30. And we're going to go off tackle right, Snell. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to screen it to Snell because the blitz appears to be on. And Manning was flushed out of the pocket, rolled to his right side, and that just threw the play all out of whack. 2nd and 10 from the 30. Medium out, Powell. And Powell, a gain of 11. 1st and 10 at the 41. We have 2:34 left, 3rd quarter. Tiki Barber, off tackle, right side. Gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Ball resting at the 43. We go 3 wide, but we're still going to run the ball. Trapped left, Tiki. And back to the line, and that's it. 4 wide now. They bring in Don Maynard as a fourth wide receiver. We're going to go to him on a short hitch. 3rd and 8. Manning incomplete. Manning is 8 out of 18. Brady is 6 out of 25. So doing some quick math here, they are both combined 14 out of 43. Younts to come in for the punt. And this is not a bad punt into the wind. Heron catches it at the 5, and it's a fair catch. 52-yard punt, no return. 32 seconds left. In quarter number 3, it is 16-13. The Giants leading in this Eastern Conference semifinal.
False start. Offense, number 73. Repeat, first down.
Hannah, the false start only pushes New England back 3 yards. 1st and 13 from their own 2. Cunningham, a gain of 6. That'll do it for the third quarter. It is 16-13. The Giants leading. And don't forget, tomorrow we will have Washington and Dallas for you as we close out the semifinals in the Eastern Conference. Then next week we do the Southern Conference and the Western Conference. Looking forward to all those games. Even the Southern Conference, who had 4 teams make the playoffs and none of them had a record better than 8-8. That's going to be very intriguing to see who prevails. 2nd and 7 from the 8. Brady to Cunningham. I did not give you the total yardage yet, 8 yards. Counting that play, New England 47 plays, 201 yards. New York 45 for 319. A 1st and 10 at the 16. Screen, incomplete.
Holding, offense, number 73.
Hannah, a holding penalty. And it was what, 1st and 10? Okay, so it'll be 1st and 18 from the 8. And that is Coates gaining 5. Now a 2nd and 13 from the 13. This is Collins, a gain of 11. 3rd and 2 at the 24 as the New York crowd gets into it with chance of defense and defense and defense. First down, though, Collins tackled by Huff. And Tony Collins with a gain of 4. Collins, 10 carries and 45 yards. And Cunningham has 13 for 50. He also has 2 catches for 13. A 1st and 10 at the 26 as the winds swirl around MetLife Stadium. Loss of a yard for Cunningham, tackled by Strahan. 2nd and 11 at the 27, and you guessed it, another marker.
Number 73, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
That is Hannah, and let me bring the penalty graphic back up about here. There we go. And it's 2nd and 16. Well, I had to bring it down for a moment to see the down and distance because I wasn't really paying attention to it. 2nd and 16 at the 22. Quick throw to Coates. Incomplete. Now a 3rd and 16. I'm going to go 3-1 zone pass. I'm actually going to call a play on defense. Coates, he's short of the 1st down by 4 yards. Got 12. And Brady with his 8th completion, but he has thrown 20 incompletions. A 4th and 4 at the 34. Patriots punt, Allen to Tennell. 1-yard return on a 44-yard punt. 10:09 now left in regulation. It is 16-13 in favor of the Giants. Tiki Barber on a dive, and he gets stuffed at the line for no gain. We're going to go run right with Tiki. And that's a gain of 3. 3rd and 7 at the 26. We're going to go Coates. No, I'm sorry. We're going to go Castor on the short hitch. Thinking of the other team. Incomplete. And Manning now, 8 of 19. Younts to punt. 8:41 to go. And that's
illegal block. Receiving team.
7-yard return, but an illegal block. Sets up the Patriots at their own 14. They're 8:35 away from a first-round loss if they don't get a field goal here in the next 8:35 at least. First and 10 at the 14. Collins, a loss of a yard. Mo Lewis making the tackle. Second and 11 at the 13. The Giants are the 2 seed, so they'd have to wait to see who wins the Washington-Dallas game. If Washington wins, the Giants would get the home game. As you saw with Baltimore getting a little luck with Minnesota winning, they will host Minnesota in the Northern Finals. Third and 10 at the 14. Incomplete. Edelman was the intended receiver. The Patriots will punt. And they're kicking into the wind with 7:03 left. And that's a nice return for Tennell. 8 yards, which you don't think is much, but look where he started from. He started from his own 48, got to the 44. Punt going 38, the net only being 30. 6:56 left to go. Fourth quarter, it's a 16-13 game. Trap left Barber. And he will get back to the line. No secrets about this game anymore. And we're going to slow it down, and we're going to go Snell, a sweep left. And there goes Snell. Pick up a 15. And the big ally right now for the Giants is not field position, but the clock. We're down to 5:58. Wouldn't hurt if they got another score here, too. Barber on a dive. First and 10, and back to the line. That's it, and a penalty.
Holding. Offense. Number 88. 10-yard penalty.
Castor. A hold. First and 20 at the 38. Snell off tackle right. He gains 2 yards. Second and 18 from the 36. Pitch right, Barber. He will get a gain of 7. And it's 25 carries and 173 for Barber. And with 4:22 left, they are not even going to think about throwing it. They are going to go off tackle right, Tiki. And he weaves his way for an 8-yard gain. 4th and 3. And the Giants are going to let the clock go down to 2:58 before they determine what to do here on 4th down. A 74% chance Nugent hits this field goal. It's good. It's 19-13 in favor of the Giants. And if you ever saw that Flintstone episode where Fred Flintstone plays football, his team wins 20-19. We could wind up with that score here. 2:52 left. I think he played for Princeton University against Shale. Irving Fryer will come in as the 4th receiver. He will wear number 80 and will be the split end on the right side. First and 10 at the 19. Brady has to put away his imperfections and come through here on this drive to keep the Patriots in playoff contention. That's an incomplete pass for Fryer. Johnny Sample on defense. Incomplete. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was a catch by Welker, but it's going to come back on a holding. We will take the penalty. 2nd and 20 at the 9. That is on the right sideline, Fryer, picking up 9 yards. 3rd and 11. Ball at the 18. Brady sacked by Lawrence Taylor, who shows up. I think that's his first sack of the day. And on 4th and 17, what do the Patriots do? Well, we'll call a play here. Brady. Cunningham's going to get the first down. He's weaving. He's past midfield. And that's a pickup of 44 yards to the 44 of the Giants. So we have a game all of a sudden, folks. 1:47 left. Final quarter, unless we go overtime somehow. And it is 19-13 in favor of the Giants. First and 10 at the 44.
Encroachment defense.
And they just picked up 5 more.
5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Klecko called for an encroachment. It is a 1st and 5. And this is Cunningham losing 4. Strahan on the tackle. New England calls a timeout. They have 2 left, as does the Giants. 2nd and 9 at the 43. Incomplete. 3rd and 9 at the 43. Strahan loses 7. And it'll be Brady loses 7. 4th and 16. Strahan made the fumble recovery, which Brady pounced on. So this could be your game. 4th and 16 from midfield exactly. Brady. Edelman's not going to get the first down. A fumble recovered by Patton of the Giants. And that might have done it for the Giants to advance to the Eastern Final. 1:19 left to go. The Patriots only have 1 timeout. So the Giants sitting in tall cotton here. Barber, inside run. He's playing it safe. He does not want to lose the football. A loss of 2. And now Manning could just kneel on it a couple of times, or so we are thinking. And that'll be the game. The Giants are going to go to the Eastern Final with a 19-13 win. They have beat New England on 3 separate occasions this season. And they will await the Dallas-Washington winner to see who makes the Eastern Finals. And New York will be there. Your player of the game was Tiki Barber. Very understandable. And it was 10-0 at one point in favor of New England. And then New York outscored them 19-3 the rest of the way. 351 the total yardage for New York, 277 for New England. We had 18 penalties in the game. I thought it was a rather sloppy contest. Only 19 completions on 53 passes between the two teams. New England ran 62 plays. New York ran 56. We'll do the player stats. As I said, neither quarterback had a great game. Manning had the better of the two, 8 for 19, 152 yards. They were probably wiser and probably figured out immediately that throwing the ball was going to be useless. Manning had 1 interception and 1 touchdown. Barber, 27 for 179. The lack of depth at running back for New England really killed them, as they had 28 carries for 97 yards and a 3.5 average. And New York had a 5.8 average. Barber was also the leading receiver in yardage terms, 3 for 96. And Coates had 5 catches for the most for either team, with 60 yards. Leading tackler was Haynes for New England at 9 tackles, and Patton had 8 for the Giants. So, tomorrow it'll be Washington and Dallas as we wrap up the Eastern bracket. If Washington wins, the Giants will host them. If Dallas wins, the Giants go to Dallas. They are both 10-6, but the Cowboys won the head-to-head matchup earlier in the season, about midway through the season. Then next week we go to the Southern and Western brackets and play off those games. The following week we have our 4 quarterfinal matchups, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we hope. And with that, I will bid you all adieu. This has been Big Paulie coming to you these last 54 minutes or so. Godspeed and God bless. We'll do it all again soon. Hope you enjoyed today's game. Bye-bye for now, everybody.